Okay.
Good evening or morning or afternoon, whenever you happen to be listening. This is the debut podcast of the Lettuce Podcast. I'm Greg Benson.
Very, very exciting. I'm Craig Benzine.
And we have very similar names, but you know us both as Mediocre Films and
Wheezy Waiter. But you may know us as the Lettuce Guys.
We're also the Lettuce Guy. I think that's how we will be known, because this is a groundbreaking podcast, because I don't think, Craig, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's another podcast that focuses solely on lettuce like we do.
You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you, Greg, because neither one of us did any research before we started this podcast. So let's get going.
It's so true. We will get going, but first we have to thank our sponsor. This show, this debut episode, is brought to you by Tesla. Thank you so much, Tesla, for sponsoring us. $1.4 million sponsorship for us to say, check out the new Tesla. Not sure what it's called, guys, but I believe they make electric vehicles.
Drive it. Drive it
around, see if you like it. If you don't like it, bring it back for a full refund. Thank you, Tesla, for your sponsorship. Okay, on with the show. Craig, one of the first orders of business for this debut episode is for us to really, maybe we should have done this ahead of time, but I think that we need to settle on a good name for the podcast.
Yes, we should. And we could do sort of a pun, and we could make it let us talk about lettuce. Let us talk at you about lettuce, please.
How about let us entertain you?
Okay, that is actually a company in Chicago.
It's actually called Let Us Entertain You? Yes,
it's a company that owns a bunch of restaurants in Chicago, a bunch of fancy restaurants, some fancy. I worked at one of them.
Which one was that? Are you allowed to say?
Yes, I don't know. I mean,
I'm sorry. We've run out of time for this section of the section of talking about where you used to work. We just ran out of time of that section.
It's called Big Bowl.
Is it Bob's Big Bowl?
No, it's a Pan-Asian restaurant, and they had bok choy. That's the type of lettuce-like food they had there.
So what you're saying is we cannot use Let Us Entertain You because we might get sued by some company in Chicago.
Especially because I used to work for them.
Okay.
So,
all right. Let's mix it up then again, because I feel like just calling it the Lettuce Podcast is really not going to do us any favors.
Okay, but let's think about it then. What else we got? We got guys. We're guys.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about lettuce.
Oh, wait a minute. What do guys like to do?
Talk about lettuce.
Yeah, but besides that, if you had to ask a lady what the number one thing guys like to do is, what do you think she'd say?
Okay, besides lettuce, she'd probably read.
No,
read books.
I think that a lady would say that guys like to have sex. So maybe we should call the show "Let Us Have Sex with You."
I fail to see that that as a good name for this podcast.
You know what? I mean, I feel like we'd get a lot of listeners.
I don't know that we would. I mean, maybe not the kind of listeners we want.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
And it makes it kind of seem like it's not about lettuce. It's
I guess you got a good point. Okay. Fair enough. You're right. It does seem to put the focus more on sex, doesn't it?
It kind of does, yeah.
And since you and I are both happily married men, maybe we shouldn't be asking random people if we can have sex with them.
I don't even want to have sex with them. I don't.
Oh, man. I mean, surely you want to have sex with some of them. Craig, don't offend our listeners.
Okay, let's just change the topic.
All right, but can we just settle on one thing? This is our debut episode. Can you at least just make the listeners feel like you want to have sex with them? Can you just please, for me,
okay,
just say, dear listeners, What I
Dear
want,
listeners,
yeah.
how you doing? How's that? Yeah.
Well, that's a start.
Okay.
That's a start. I really wanted you to be more obvious about it.
Oh.
I feel like you could have been more obvious.
Okay, dear listeners, thank you for listening. I am not opposed to sex.
With you.
With you, I guess. I'm a happily married man, Craig.
Yeah. Just to let them know that you mean it, if you could give out your home address, just in case anybody wants to come by for the sex.
573 South.
Well, hang on. That's my address you're starting to give.
Oh,
you're starting to give my address.
Okay, I visit you sometimes,
and I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. If people want to have sex with you, they don't want to come to my house. All right,
Craig, this is supposed to be about lettuce.
Yeah, I was going to say, can we please move on?
Okay, all right. Let's move on to lettuce.
So this is the debut episode of the Lettuce Podcast. Although I think we can come up with a better name for it. What else you got? What else is in that big brain of yours?
Well, we could call it cabbage. I'm trying to channel.
I feel like you're off a little bit because it's not. We're not going to discuss cabbage at all on this show.
The Cabbage Patch.
No, I feel like we will never discuss cabbage on this show because cabbage is not lettuce.
It's a type of lettuce, isn't it?
No, it is not. Cabbage is a totally different vegetable. We want to keep it on lettuce here. We really want to stay on topic.
Okay. All right.
How about we wanted to make a podcast for you, but no one will let us? Is that catchy?
But if we end up titling it that doesn't make any sense because we did make a podcast.
Oh man! All right, your turn.
Okay. How about it's just the tip of the iceberg?
Yeah, but then we have to keep it focused on only one type of lettuce because if we want to talk about romaine, we're out of luck.
I mean, I feel like you still could. It's just sort of a title.
I feel like it's misleading. I mean, like let's say somebody loves iceberg, and then they tune in, and we're just talking about butter lettuce or like bib lettuce or something. Then they're going to be disappointed. I mean, I don't want to argue with you. This is our debut show. I don't want to argue with you this whole time. Just have a big argument.
This is kind of going to be rough if we're just going to be arguing with you. I mean, I take something I love, which is talking about lettuce, and then combine it with fighting with my friend. That's not going to.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah. I do love, like, if there's one thing, like, here's what you and I have in common, and this is the only thing we have in common, is that you and I have always loved talking about lettuce.
Yeah.
It's just our thing. You and I get together, and all of a sudden we get together one morning for breakfast, and all of a sudden it's evening, and we're like, where did the day go? We've been talking about lettuce all day long.
Yeah. Well, okay, how about this? It's just the tip of the iceberg and other lettuce.
I feel like it's a bit lengthy.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's try to go a little less verbose.
Okay.
How about just lettuce! Exclamation point.
I don't know. That people might not even think that's a podcast. They'll just.
How about lettuce podcast! Exclamation point.
That's not bad, actually.
You like
lettuce
that?
Podcast?
Do we want to settle on that, or you want to keep searching? Because I feel like we're like 98% there.
Okay. All right. How about let us podcast and not have sex with you?
Oh,
how about that?
You don't want to alienate your viewers. How about, listen, maybe we ought to think about things that are popular. How about the Jerry Bruckheimer Show?
What? For the movie producer, Jerry Bruckheimer?
Yeah, the Jerry Bruckheimer Show. I feel like a lot of people would tune into that.
Oh, so you're just throwing out a name that a bunch of people know. I don't even think everyone knows who Jerry Bruckheimer is.
So it's a bad choice, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so.
David Caruso has a podcast, ?
quite a like. I feel like if you're just gonna throw out popular things, you're choosing like kind of just semi-popular at this point.
Hey, comma, remember Joyce DeWitt? Question mark.
Listen, there are so many popular names you could choose, Greg. And what are you doing?
It's the Ritz Brothers podcast.
If we're already lying, why not lie in a way that people are going to understand?
I don't know. I feel like there's probably too many Nicki Minaj podcasts out there. That's why.
Oh,
maybe we should just stick to lettuce. All right, let's think about this then. What are other popular lettuces that you think would bring in listenership?
Well, I do have an image of lettuce up on my screen right now, and with a bunch of different types of lettuce. Mesclun. You know,
I think that's a drug. I think that's what you. I think that's what you get on when you're trying to kick heroin. I think don't you take mescaline? Isn't that what that is? Well,
I think that would be a great way to kick heroin if you ate mescaline. That's not heroin, so that would be good.
I really think that mescaline's a drug. I've never heard of a lettuce called mescaline, and I think you're making that up.
Mescaline. There's no mescal. It's mescaline.
Maybe mescaline and mescaline are two different things.
Maybe we're not the best guys to be talking about lettuce if we don't even know what mescaline is.
I feel like research is overrated. Besides, we'll have on guests like Jerry Bruckheimer and Joyce DeWitt, and they'll be able to give their opinions on their favorite lettuces.
I don't even know who Joyce DeWitt is.
Oh, she was on Three's Company. She was the woman who was the roommate who was not Suzanne Summers.
Okay, I do know who that is. Is she still alive?
You know, it doesn't matter.
I feel like we should try to get her on. Maybe she loves lettuce. She looked like she liked someone who liked lettuce.
Let me see if I can get her phone. Hang on a second. Joyce DeWitt's phone number.
Here's what I found.
Okay, Joyce DeWitt phone number, address. Oh, wait a minute. There literally is a phone number for Joyce DeWitt right here.
Okay.
I don't know if I should say it on the air, but it came up. Oh, wait, there's actually two different phone numbers that came up for Joyce DeWitt.
You really think her number would be that easy to find?
I mean, it's not like she's in great demand right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm going to, hang on a second. I'm going to call it. I'm not going to say what the number is, but hang on just a second.
Okay. Be careful if a message pops up and the number is red.
Sorry, all circuits are busy now.
Oh.
You can try your call again later.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
All right. I feel like that might not be her number, which is very disappointing to me.
Yeah, I'm devastated, actually. You know what? What about just two guys talking about lettuce?
Whoa. Say that again.
Two guys talking about lettuce.
Whoa. Say that one more time.
Two guys talking about lettuce.
Oh, that's not what I thought you said.
Oh. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about let's actually
No, I mean now that listen, it's not what I thought you said, but I got to be honest with you. That may be the best title that I've heard so far.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that may be the best title you've ever heard.
Well, I mean, you're splitting hairs because I feel like we're both saying the same thing, but maybe you just want me to be more effusive about your title.
Yeah, I like it.
Here's what I like about it. It starts off like the first two words in it are two guys. Well, guess what you and I are? Guess what we are?
We're influencers, YouTube.
No.
And,
on a more basic level. Like I'm a guy, right? You're a guy. Add those up. How many are there?
At least a few.
No. No. Here, do the math. One.
Okay.
I'm one. You're another one.
Yeah.
So 1 plus 1. Add those up.
11.
You're terrible at math. You're really not good at math at all. Okay, no. One guy plus another guy is... I don't know why I have to explain this to you. You came up with the title. You know that we're two guys. You know it.
Yeah, two guys talking about lettuce.
Two guys. And that's what we do on the show. All we do on the show is talk about lettuce. We don't ever get sidetracked. We don't talk about anything else but lettuce. That's all we do.
Yeah.
You and me, Greg and Craig, or Craig and Greg, whichever.
There's far too much content out there already. We just need to simplify, bring it back.
We need to focus. We need to hone in on our subject, and we need to go deep. I've always thought we need to go deep on lettuce.
Like a big salad. You dip that fork deep in to the salad, and maybe you pull out
a big what?
A salad.
Salad? What?
No. A salad, Greg.
Salad. What is a salad?
It's usually lettuce based meal where you have
a sandwich. You put it like a sandwich. Do you put lettuce on?
Without the bread. It's like lettuce in a bowl.
That's gonna get your hands all messy. That's gonna get your hands totally messy.
You can use a fork or some type of utensil.
Why would you eat a sandwich with a fork?
No. This isn't a sandwich.
Craig, you're not making any sense. You're making up words. Wait, no, but seriously, all right, I'm gonna let you speak. Look, Beyonce had the best music video of all time, but I'm gonna let you speak. What is a salad? How do you pronounce it?
It's a salad.
Salad.
If you take a bunch of lettuce, and you put it in a bowl, and you put maybe cheese, maybe a little bit of tomato,
like a sandwich,
croutons.
I'm sorry, what croutons?
You put your sandwich in a bowl. Why would you put your sandwich in a bowl?
No. I was going to ask you if a plate would work because I have a lot of plates.
Yeah.
Can you put this salad on a plate?
You could put it on a plate. Yes, you could. But it would be better in a bowl because it's loose. It's not in bread. You don't pick it up. You use a fork.
Oh, I knew someone in South Carolina who was in bread.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like you're trying to misunderstand me now, Greg.
I just wanted to offend people who might be listening in South Carolina. I should have said Kansas.
I think either one works. Why is Kansas better?
Because we don't have any listeners in Kansas. Nobody from Kansas listens to podcasts. You know why? They don't know how technology works.
Okay, but they do in South Carolina.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. Okay. South Carolina's got some nice towns like Charleston.
Yeah.
And that's all. I don't know. That's the only city I've been to in South Carolina. I don't want to offend anybody in South Carolina. I don't mind offending the Kansas people, but I do not want to offend the South Carolinians.
Have you ever been to Lawrence, Kansas, Greg?
No, I have not. I've not been to Lawrence. Very nice. No one has ever been to Lawrence, Kansas.
My band has played a show there. You know what? I ate at an Italian restaurant there, and I think I had a salad.
What? You had one of these salads at an Italian restaurant?
Yeah, I think I did.
What sort of bread did they use with that?
They probably had some bread on the side.
So you said, now I know what a crouton is because you said croutons because I've had some crouton sandwiches before, but now crouton is a bread. Now you said that a salad doesn't have any bread in it, but then you mentioned these crouton things.
Yes. Okay. Crouton is a form of bread, but It's not the first thing that comes to mind when someone says, "Hey, hand me some bread."
I mean, maybe not you, but I mean, just on a week ago Thursday at about 9:30 in the morning, I asked my wife for some bread, and she did hand me a handful of croutons.
Did that really happen, Greg? Did that really happen?
Yes. You can't make a story like this up.
Okay.
You just cannot make up something like that.
I mean, I did just give you the scenario before you said that. So
can I just say this is the best podcast that I have ever had?
Yeah. How many podcasts have you had?
This is my first one, but it is by far the best one.
Is this really your first podcast?
Yeah. Actually,
you don't even know how to put this up when we're done.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it on Patreon.
Okay.
But here's the thing: I feel like we should start a new Patreon page just for our salad podcast.
Okay.
And I feel like we should commit to
raise a lot of money.
I feel like you and I should commit to doing this every week for the rest of our lives.
I think we should, and I think we should just make it a podcast, a real legitimate podcast.
Until one of us dies.
Okay.
And then as soon as one of us dies, we get a new co-host, but then it becomes the Sandwich Podcast.
I want if I go first, if I die first, and let's be honest, I probably led a less healthy lifestyle than you have.
Well, I would be surprised. But I mean, you're always exercising and stuff in your videos.
Well, these days. But if I go first, I want you at my funeral eating a salad. I want you to be eating a salad.
I was going to do that anyway. I mean, that was all I'd already planned.
Wait, you didn't even know what a salad was.
No, I mean, a salad. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I forgot just for a second there that I don't know what a salad is. You know,
Okay.
You know how sometimes you forget you don't know what something is?
Yes.
Yeah.
You forget that you don't know. Yes.
It's very common.
What's your favorite type of salad, Greg? You know what? Let's save that for another episode.
Probably Philly cheesesteak.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I love that long. It's not French bread, but it's just like a special kind of soft roll that they make there.
That's not a lettuce
so
at
good.
all. That's not even. Why would you think that is lettuce? The Philly cheesesteak. What do you think lettuce is?
I'm sorry, I got it confused with sandwiches. No, it's different than a sandwich.
Lettuce? Yes. A sandwich. Lettuce is
a salad. A salad, you said. A salad is different from a sandwich.
Yes, a salad is, but also lettuce is different.
Why do you keep
sandwich.
pronouncing it salad? Why do you keep saying that?
I don't know. Maybe it's a Midwestern thing. I don't know what goes on in California.
All right.
But lettuce and sandwiches are different. Lettuce can be on a sandwich.
Craig, I need to admit something to you, and I really hate to start the podcast off with lies like I have done, but I need to admit something to you, and I'm a little ashamed by it. I've just been pretending that I don't know what a salad is, but the truth is, I actually do know what salad is. Honestly, between you and me, I thought it would be funny if I played a character who hosts a podcast about lettuce, but he's never heard of salad.
What the hell's the matter with you? What the hell is the matter with you?
I'm sorry, Craig. Please, please accept my apology. I'm really sorry.
Jesus.
Please. Craig.
Cry it out. Cry it out, crybaby. Cry it out. Cry it out. Wow. That sounds like a baby horse or something. That's what I imagine a baby horse sounding like. You sound like a baby horse, Greg. Now you sound like the Three Stooges. Okay, back to your seat, Greg. Come on.
Mimi, I watch where you're going.
Okay, all right. Okay. Welcome to Two Guys Talk About Lettuce.
Well, this was great. I really feel like we accomplished what we set out to accomplish in our first episode, Craig.
We did it.
Oh man, this is good stuff. Now I understand why people like to make podcasts, because you get into these in-depth conversations, and I feel like you learn something.
You do learn something, and time passes, and then you're done.
Am I allowed to blow my nose on the podcast? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I got some.
That's the signal that our episode is over. Greg has
good stuff out
blown his nose. Yeah. Thank you for listening to Two Guys Talk About Lettuce.
Thanks once again to Tesla for sponsoring our first podcast. Thank you for the $1.4 million. And I feel like this was a success.
Yeah, and since we have so much money now, I don't know that we need to do this podcast anymore. But
Well, here's the thing. So much, look, first of all, look, 10% goes to the agent. Another 20% goes to 2 more agents, and then we've got 6 more agents, so that's another 60%. So right there, that's 90%, and then we have to pay 50% of taxes because we're in the 50% tax bracket. So that's 140%. Then you add in the lawyer, they take 20%. That's 160%. Yeah. I mean, we are really going to owe a lot of money, and frankly, I think it was a mistake that we got so many agents.
Yeah, I feel like what are they? It doesn't seem like they are doing a whole lot for us.
Well, they got us. They got us Tesla.
Now, apparently, we're in a huge amount of debt, so we should continue this podcast.
I guess we should. Let's do this podcast on a weekly basis. You guys can follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/whatever it is that we decide the podcast is going to be called.
I thought it was 2 guys talking about lettuce.
2 guys. Yes. Patreon.com/2 guys talking about lettuce.
Forget Patreon, Greg. We're putting this up on iTunes.
I know, but we can still have a Patreon. We need for money to come in because we're so in debt thanks to Tesla. Thanks a lot, Tesla.
Because of that sponsor, yeah.
Oh, man. I
and
knew this was going to be a disaster.
Of agents who brought
I mean, they're debt. Really, really good agents. I will give them that.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're really taking care of themselves. Okay.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you next week on 2 Guys Talking About Lettuce. I'm Greg Benson.
I'm Greg Benzine.
But most importantly, I'm Greg Benson. See you next week, folks.
Yeah.
I'm talking about lettuce.